Hello, my name is Dan Shiffman, and this is The Nature of Code. I'm excited to be here to teach this class. This course is going to do something for you, I hope. It's going to take your knowledge of programming and expand on that knowledge of programming. We're going to use the JavaScript framework P5.js. Hopefully, if you've done this before, you've already learned about variables and conditionals and loops and if statements. That's really a conditional, it's the same thing. You've learned about all this stuff, the fundamentals of programming. But what if you live in this world, you live in this natural world, all this stuff happening around you. What if you want to look at the things that are happening in your world and simulate those things in software? Simple things like an eraser, a rectangle on the screen that falls. How do you simulate the gravity of that? A tree outside that grows and sprouts branches. How do you simulate that pattern? Birds flocking overhead. How do you simulate those birds? So we're going to build off your knowledge of programming, object-oriented programming, and look at how to simulate things in nature. So the way that we're going to get started, the very first thing we're going to do is just kind of review the basics of how do I have an object? If I have a window, a graphics window on the computer, and I have a circle in that window, how do I have an object that stores all the information about that circle, and how do I have that circle move around? And that is the foundation we're going to build on in order to simulate all sorts of interesting and different kinds of behaviors and motions. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, my name is Dan, and I am one of the co-founders of the Processing Foundation. Processing is a piece of software that was invented by Casey Reese and Ben Fry in 2001. A few years later, I started teaching courses about programming and discovered processing and writing tutorials about processing and got involved with that project and been working on it for, I can't do the math exactly, a little over 10 years. And more recently, we started something called the Processing Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization to maintain the processing software, to start new projects like the P5.js project that is a JavaScript framework that we're using for this particular course. And so I spend most of my time working on the software, administering the foundation, and trying to help people learn about programming. And I'm really excited to kind of bring that energy and ideas and excitement from the Processing Foundation to you here in this course.